Hey, what's going on, guys? I hope you guys are doing well. Welcome to drboycetv.com, the home for intelligent Black people and the Black Financial Channel. My name is Dr. Boyce Watkins, and it is Saturday night, and I thought I would share some research I've been doing on a stock that appears to have some potential here. I'm going to kind of give you some assessments on it in terms of what I'm seeing and where the possibilities might lie. Now, this company is a company you probably heard of, a company called Starbucks. Starbucks has gone through some major dips lately. Recently, this week, the stock price took a little bit of a nosedive after their earnings announcement. And some are wondering if Starbucks could represent a buying opportunity right now. As I'm looking at my app, it looks like in the last month you had an 11% drop in Starbucks stock. This past week, you've seen a little bit of a rise, a little bit of a reversal. But for the most part, year to date, Starbucks has been kind of a dog, really. I mean, if you really look at the stock here, I'm going to pull the stock up on the screen so you guys can see it. And by the way, give me a yes if you can hear me. Let me know if you can hear me okay. And I appreciate you guys coming and hanging out with me in the middle of the night. I just was doing some research and I wanted to share some of this with you. So if you see here on the screen with Starbucks stock, you can see that there over the last 5 days, you've had some good returns, but over the last month, you had this big concerning dip. And this dip happened when the company didn't make their earnings numbers and basically gave some pretty bad guidance. A lot of it having to do with what's happening in China. China is a big part of Starbucks revenue, and apparently China did not deliver. Now, the other thing that concerns me about Starbucks stock is that if you go back over the past year, you've seen a 28% decline in the stock price. The last 5 years, Starbucks investors have not made money. You can see here the last 5 years, the stock has dropped 3.5%. That's really bad. That's really bad considering that other stocks over the last 5 years have done really well. If you were to look at, say, Apple, over the last 5 years. Let me see if I can pull that up. Let me know if you guys can see that on the screen. But you can see Apple stock here has lots of green. Apple has gone up 287% in the last 5 years. I grab another company, Microsoft. Let me show you Microsoft. Microsoft in the last 5 years has given its investors a 223% return. If you look at Amazon the last 5 years, you see that Amazon has also given a pretty good return of 100% ROI. Not bad, not bad. NVIDIA has just been an absolute beast monster. NVIDIA has given a 2,196% return in the last 5 years. That was one of the best investments that my wife and I made. We bought shares of NVIDIA after our son just told us 5 years ago, hey, you should buy NVIDIA because they make great video games. We had no idea they'd be leading the entire AI revolution. It's kind of crazy, right? So anyway, long story short, I'm concerned about Starbucks. I like them as a company. I like them as a brand. And and if you want to know if I'm going to buy shares, I am going to buy a few shares of Starbucks because I think that this dip is an opportunity. I also saw recently that Howard Schultz, the previous CEO, jumped in to explain why the company's been doing so poorly. And I kind of wonder if his presence, if him kind of deboing his way back into the business is going to cause the current management to get a fire under their butt. If you want to know the bull and the bear case of Starbucks, every stock has a bull and a bear case, meaning every stock has its potential and then it has its risk, right? So if you want to hear kind of the bull side of Starbucks, here's something from Morningstar. It says the firm's reinvention plan with investments in partner wages, cold beverage, bar technology, and on-demand brewers should unlock peak transaction volume capacity starting in 2024. Ongoing attention to new beverage platforms and menu architecture designed to target specific customer groups should give data-driven Starbucks a durable edge over smaller competitors. Starbucks Connect initiative should drive continued adoption of the firm's loyalty program, materially increasing increasing consumer lifetime value and helping drive new user acquisition. So that's kind of the bear case. That's the bull case. Sorry about that. It's a little bit late. I'm getting my bulls and my bears backward, but that's the bull case. Those are the people that believe in Starbucks and believe that the company is going to do well. Now, what you always want to do with investing is you want to hear the bear case also. You also want to know, what do the bad news bears think? Like what are the negative Nancy's kind of think about the stock, because they have a perspective too. that might give you insight into what to look out for. Okay. So you may still love the stock, but you want to hear what the bulls and the bears say so you can kind of know how to position yourself properly. So here's what the bears are saying. The bears are basically saying that number one, shrinking Arabica growing regions could drive structurally higher green coffee prices, threatening gross margins if swallowed by Starbucks, or driving consumers switching toward cheaper caffeinated alternatives. So basically, they're saying that the high cost of the beans could end up driving costs higher for Starbucks and pushing people to their competitors. And I did see something the other day that was really interesting where they're actually learning how to make synthetic coffee. And they actually believe with AI, they're going to be able to make coffee without even using coffee beans in the near future. So I'd be curious to know if Starbucks is hip to the technology and trying to consider applying it. In fact, I believe AI is going to make better coffee, better tasting coffee than what we have now, and not even use coffee beans. AI is really going to change a lot here. They said we expect substantially softer, if still attractive, cash on cash returns in China moving forward, rather than the 50 to 70% that Starbucks has historically enjoyed as competition in that country intensifies. A lot of Starbucks' biggest problem is China. China's economy is kind of struggling a little bit. And there are some significant issues happening in China that leave Starbucks investors concerned about whether or not they'll be able to make money with all the rising competition in China. Also, thirdly, they mentioned here that declining traffic within the firm's occasional customer base may take multiple quarters to reverse, pressuring comparable store sales and margin expansion initiatives. So, declining traffic may take multiple quarters to reverse. So, they've had declining traffic. If you recall, remember, does anybody remember this? Give me a yes or no. Does anybody remember like all the people that were protesting Starbucks because they were supporting Israel and the whole Israel Palestinian conflict? Anybody seen that? Like, so I remember I was taking one of our girls out somewhere, and I said, "Do you want to stop and get your little pink drink or whatever it is you guys like at Starbucks?" And she said, "No, we can't go to Starbucks." And apparently, a lot of people were boycotting Starbucks because of what was going on in the Middle East. And so here's the thing: my thesis is that if you believe that the boycott is going to be reversed, and if you believe that China is going to reverse itself, and if you believe that the recent market decline was based on temporary as opposed to long-term problems, then Starbucks might be a decent investment. Again, I'm going to add a little Starbucks to my portfolio, but I'm doing this kind of with a shaking hand because I'm just not sure whether or not they're going to get the fire under their butt that's going to require them to change the way they're doing business. Schultz, the old CEO, already stepped in and made his remarks about the company, and I'm hoping they're going to listen. This guy really knows the business, and I really think he can help Starbucks get back to where they are. Because the strengths of Starbucks, they have a great brand. They have great brand recognition. I mean, they're just a powerful brand. They have a pretty diversified revenue stream. They're diversified. They diversify their revenue basically through a lot of different kinds of coffee houses, sales of coffee beans. They sell tea, merchandise. They have a loyalty program, stuff like that. They have a lot of opportunities globally to grow. They're growing a lot in China, but there's a lot of competition in China. That's a problem. They're also pretty innovative. They have a lot of digital engagement of their their customers, which are kind of like your investors, except they're customers. And so they've kind of really been pushed hard on that. Now, the downside is not just the competitive pressure, but they also have the whole issue with the cost of coffee beans and other commodities kind of going up and down. Also, some believe that Starbucks stock market valuation is too high. They look at something called the price earnings multiple, where you take the price divided by the earnings per share, and you come up with a number that tells you what the multiple is. Well, a lot of people believe that Starbucks' multiples are a little bit too high, and that means that it's a great company with the stock price is too high. Never ever think that a good company is automatically a good investment, and never think that a bad company is a bad investment. Sometimes a bad company can be a great investment, and a good company can be a terrible investment. It really all depends on the price. And then last but not least, some wonder if Starbucks expanded a little bit too far, if they kind of oversaturated the market. Let me know if you've noticed that it seems like there's a Starbucks on every corner. Sometimes there'll be 2 or 3 Starbucks on the same block, and it's kind of crazy. And it's nice, right? Because if you like Starbucks, I mean, You're not going to run out of places to get your good coffee. But the problem is that they're kind of everywhere. And there's some people who believe that because they're so ubiquitous, they're just so everywhere that that's going to be bad for the company. So if you want to know my assessment of Starbucks, I am going to buy the stock, but I can't sit here and say I'm buying it with complete confidence that it's going to do better. If I buy the stock, it'll be because I believe the price is a little bit lower than what it should be. I believe the Chinese problems are going to go away. I believe the boycott's going to end, and I believe the price is going to recover before the next earnings announcement. But then again, remember, number one, this is not investing advice. This is simply me telling you what I think. Number two, you got to remember also that sometimes these things take a long time to show up. It may take a while for Starbucks to really show its economic potential, but I have faith in the management that they're going to solve the problems and figure it all out. Now, anyway, guys, do me a favor, hit the thumbs up button, thumbs up, share, subscribe. Sometimes I send out profit alerts. If you'd like to get a profit alert on stocks that I like, all you have to do is text the word stock to 87948. Text stock to 87948. I send out profit alerts pretty regularly. I can send them out to you to let you know what Dr. Boyce is buying. And then also, just a reminder, don't forget that we have the biggest blackest conference in the world every year. It's called the All Black National Convention. That's going to be hosted in Lombard, Illinois, right outside Chicago. And it is the number one gathering on earth of intelligent Black people who believe that we can solve our own problems. So if you believe in things like Black love, Black family, Black wealth, Black education, Black people doing for self, Black people being strong, Black people caring about each other, if that's who you are, if that's what you believe in, if you're on that pathway, you're not alone. You've got millions of people around the world who are just like you. So we spend a lot of money every year hosting the All Black National Convention. So if you'd like to join us, just go to allblacknationalconvention.com. That's allblacknationalconvention.com. I promise you it'll be the best conference you've ever gone to. And it's not a bunch of fluff, not a bunch of celebrity goofball stuff. It's really Black people solving problems for Black people. We bring together the best thinkers, scientists, nurses, doctors, therapists, financial experts, is all kinds of people. And because I believe in our community, we have everything we need. So if you'd like to join us, just go to allblacknationalconvention.com. Okay, guys, I'm going to get out of here. Thank you guys for hanging out with me tonight. Again, if you want my synopsis, I believe Starbucks is a buy. I'm going to buy some shares on Monday when the market opens. And also on Monday, we're going to meet for our stock options training programs and stuff like that. So if you'd like to learn how to generate income with stock options, that's the best way on earth to make money. We've got a really great strategy that works extremely well. So if you'd like to learn more about it, feel free to go to drboyceprime.com. The Prime program is really good. I think you guys are going to like it. So have a good day, everybody. God bless you. Thank you so much for listening. I'll see you all soon. Take care. Bye-bye.